So that's the good news. The not so good news is it's Wednesday, and we're going to do a little Hump Day Humor.
Oh, I love our Wednesdays. It's Hump Day Humor on this Wednesday. Don't you love it?
Are we being honest?
Yeah, we're being very honest. Be brutally
honest. It's going
honest.
to be fabulous, fabulous, fabulous next week.
Okay.
This week, we've got the leftovers. No, I'm just kidding. Got some funny jokes. Can't wait to share them, but I think you've got one to kick us off, don't you, Mr.
Finn? We did Today in History earlier.
Yeah.
And we always get some good insights. And I don't know if you knew this, but today is National Alfred Hitchcock Day.
Alfred Hitchcock. Yeah. Love the Alfred Hitchcock.
Remember that old show?
Yeah. Great show. Turned out he himself was kind of a creep, but
that's right. Yeah.
Regardless, it was a good show.
He was the master of suspense.
Yeah.
So not only am I the master of suspense, I'm also the master of disappointing endings.
Okay, disappointing endings. Okay.
That was the end of the joke.
Oh. Yeah.
Welcome to the Suspense Hotline.
Okay.
Please hold.
Suspense Hotline, please.
Now, this one's a little long. It's a little spooky, though.
Yeah.
Okay. So, a lad on his way to visit his friend, and while driving, his car breaks down. It starts to rain heavily. He can't see his own hands in front of him. He walked as long as he could, and then hours went by. He's starting to give up hope, and suddenly, there's a car that pulls up with the lights off. And so he decided, after spending the night under a tree and not finding a ride, he jumps into this vehicle that he sees once it stops for him. So once inside, he turns to the driver's seat and to say thanks, but then realized the moving car had no driver. So the rain was so heavy, couldn't even hear the sound of the engine as the car slowly continued on its journey, very slowly. So the kid was really too scared to move, too afraid to jump out. Seeing the car was coming to a sharp bend that led down the dark water, and with no driver, he's getting a little nervous here. He's not sure if he should jump out. There's certainly a ghost that's driving this car. So right before the car made it to the bend, a shadowy hand reached in through the driver's side window and turned the wheel, guiding the car around the bend and avoiding the wet demise. Paralyzed with fear, the lad watches the hand reappear every time they reach a bend.
Oh.
Wet and in shock, he went into the nearest bar after the car stops, told everybody about his supernatural experience. Silence envelops the room and everybody gets goosebumps when they realized the guy was telling the truth about this strange car and the ghostly hand that guided it on its way. Just then, two men walked into the bar. They're dripping wet. They took off their rain gear, looked around the room. Their eyes came to rest on the hitchhiker. They pointed at him ominously, and he feared they were ghosts coming to get him. "Look," said one of the men, "there's the idiot who jumped into our car when we were pushing it in the rain."
Oh, that's pretty good.
That was worth
it. That's good. How often do I tell chemistry jokes? We tell lots of jokes, but how often do I tell chemistry jokes?
Not too often.
Periodically. Okay. Periodically. The CEO of Budweiser orders a Bud Light. The CEO of Miller orders a Miller Lite. The CEO of Coors orders a Coors Light. The CEO of Guinness orders a Coke. The three CEOs then ask him, "Why aren't you ordering a Guinness?" He replies, "If you guys aren't drinking beer, then neither am I." That's kind of funny. How does Godzilla eat? What does Godzilla eat for dinner? What does Godzilla eat for dinner?
I don't know.
The restaurant.
Yeah.
Of course. He eats the whole thing. There you go.
Makes perfect sense.
All right, let me get you a couple.
Okay.
Getting old stinks. Big time. I just threw out my back because the toaster startled me.
There you go. Yep, things shift.
There you go.
My bank has a new service that sends your balance by text. Very convenient service. Now, it's cool. I just don't think they should add LOL at the end.
That's really good.
I asked a literary agent which type of writing paid the best. He replied, ransom notes.
I like that,
yeah.
Research shows that laughing for 2 minutes is just as healthy as a 20-minute jog.
Oh, wow.
So now I'm sitting in the park laughing at all the joggers.
That's good.
Pretty much it. Guy walks into a bar holding a screwdriver over his head. "Ladies and gentlemen," he yells, "this is not a drill."
Oh, no, this is not a drill. That's crazy. Man asked a waiter in the restaurant, "What's the duck like?" Waiter said, "Kind of like the chicken, but it can swim." My girlfriend poked me in both of my eyes. I stopped seeing her.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I just bought a lettuce from our local store called Mamas and Papas.
Yeah.
I can't eat it, though. All the leaves are brown.
All the leaves are brown.
The sky.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
There
Did you hear about the cheese factory in France that exploded?
No.
There was nothing left but debris.
Oh, my goodness. What does ABBA say when someone asks them to sing Mamma Mia? What does ABBA say when someone asks them to sing Mamma Mia?
I don't know.
Here we go again. Yeah, Mamma Mia.
Yes.
There you go. And how about this one? We must all do, and I believe this, we all need to do our part for the planet. So I've just unplugged a whole row of electric cars that nobody was using. Doggone it, I blew it. We must all do our part. We must all do our part for the planet. I just unplugged a whole row of electric cars that nobody was using. There we go.
I'm sure they were all thankful.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it.
I was watching a show called 10 Ways to Avoid a Shark Attack. 10 Ways to Avoid a Shark Attack. I was surprised when one of the 10 was not stay out of the water.
That would make perfect sense.
Yeah.
Ooh, that went fast.
There you go.
Hump Day Humor. Hope you enjoyed it.
Stay out of the water.